What's up, everybody? This is Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, bringing you the next episode of Wii Wednesdays, my look at my Wii library of video games, because I've got a lot of Wii games. There's a lot of Wii games out there. It has a huge catalog of video games, some of them good, some of them great, some of them not so good, some of them classics now, and some of them more obscure than others. I'm talking everything from No More Heroes, Metroid Prime 3, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Mario Galaxy. Then there's also some forgotten gems, some hidden classics, and then underneath that there's also shovelware. So we're going to be exploring mainly the bottom of the barrel type stuff that people don't know about as much, and things that are a little more obscure for the Nintendo Wii. This will include mostly and mainly at first retail games, but eventually we may get into some WiiWare territory, which is the downloadable games for the Nintendo Wii. So, this week we have a game called Octomania. Yes, Octomania. Is that like Splatoon? Well, sort of. Instead of a kid and a squid, it's a kid and an octopus, and it's not like Splatoon at all. It's actually a puzzle game, similar to Puyo Pop, or Bust-A-Move, or Magical Drop. And it's actually kind of fun, but as you'll soon see, it has a very major flaw. And that is actually pretty sad, because the major flaw only applies to the Wii system, because it applies to the pointer controls. And it may not be the problem that you're expecting to hear, but and this is coming from someone who actually really appreciates the Wii remote, and I actually really like that controller. So it's hard for me to say that this game has its flaws, but we'll see that pretty soon. Now, Octomania, relatively inexpensive. I bought it last year for about $4.50 at a GameStop. But yeah, let's just look at the box real quick. It says, "It's just another day in Lonropia, and Kari, an apprentice magician, decides to summon up some of her favorite treat, takoyaki. But instead of delicious takoyaki appearing, a shower of colored octopi rain down from the sky. A guardian angel appears and informs Kari that she must rid Lonropia of the octopi. Now she must embark on a journey to find the Prince Exaltus. Surely he will know what to do." That's actually what it says, guys. Hurry up and rid your screen of octopi before your enemy beats you to it. Line up your octopi in groups under the octonets and watch them disappear. Line up as many as you can and create a massive chain. Pull off a giant chain and cripple your opponent with a nasty sea urchin attack. Clear the screen of octopi as quickly as you can to win the game. Okay, that's a lot of text. That's some of the most text I've seen on the back of a game box in a long time. But there's pictures as well. It features arcade, multiplayer, and Wi-Fi network play modes. It actually has a story mode too, but it doesn't say that. Easy to learn but fast-moving puzzle-like gameplay. It does get pretty fast, and towards the end of arcade mode, it gets kind of challenging. But we may or may not get to that today, because it's kind of long. Also, cute and lovable characters like Gabu the Pig and Kanzaemon, or Kanizaemon, the Samurai Crab. Whoa. Alright, guys, let's get ready to play some Octomania on Happy Beard Games for Wii Wednesdays. Let's do this. Let's play. Alright, now, it's been a while since I played this. Since I bought it last year, I played it and I beat this main story arcade, the main mode, once. It's a puzzle game, so it has those classic arcade-style puzzle mode where you go from stage to stage and there's an actual finish, a completion. And I did that, but I haven't really played it too much outside of that. So we'll see how this goes today and see how well I can review this. Okay, it does have online play, not currently, but it used to. It used the Nintendo Wi-Fi service. Oh, push A. And yeah, I never really got to try it online, but it did have that feature. I don't know if anyone ever used it, so good luck with that. If you try to get back into that, but it's just easier to play local. This does support 2 players locally, and you only need a Wiimote. No nunchuck. Just going through these developer. Ooh, it's kind of scary. It's like X-Files, man. Ooh, conspiracy. Watch out. Gindako, I think. I don't know what that said. On your mark, get set. Let's play Octomania 1. Oh no. This is very anime. Oh my. I don't remember this cutscene being like this. I remember the art style. Oh my god. But yes, one of the reasons I chose this was because I like puzzle games. I like Japanese anime-style puzzle games like Puzzle Fighters and, geez, what's that game called? I can't even think of the name, but I'll type it up for you because I can't think of the name right now. But there's another game that looks very similar art style to this. Sort of a chibi anime art style, but yeah, this game is pretty cool. You can get past the intro song. So dramatic. It does kind of explain a little bit of the story of the game if you watch this cutscene. It's a pretty simple comedic story. And while that was in Japanese, the actual in-game voice acting, yes, there's voice acting, it is in English. Yes. I don't know if you can change the Japanese, so I'm not sure about that one. Here we go, Octomania. Okay, so we got my little pointer here. So basically, let's go over the controls real quick, and then I'll show you some gameplay, and then maybe we'll try to figure out how to play for real. So we got a little overview of the game modes. We've got arcade mode, which is what I mentioned before. We've got original, which may have been what I actually mentioned before. I know there's arcade, and maybe original is the story. Yeah, they might be two separate things. Arcade just might be like puzzle after puzzle after puzzle. Original, I think, is actually where you have a storyline, so we might try out that. We're going to try arcade first, just to jump in with some gameplay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there is Nintendo Wi-Fi battles. You know, play against someone online. There's options, which I kind of want to show you something real quick on the options. That's just separate than tutorial. You have the Wiimote. Now, you don't use the nunchuck once again. You use the Wiimote and you use the pointer to play. It's mostly pointer play. And then use the A button. So it's very simple and easy to pick up and play. In addition, you can do sideways, where I think you hold it like a Nintendo NES controller, and you can use the buttons and stuff. But we're not gonna do that because I didn't play it that way last time. So it's not that it's that much harder. It's just it's what I'm used to. So let's just push return and not save that. Okay, so we've got all these other things. Tutorial. We're gonna go to arcade first. Just check out some gameplay so you can get a little bit of a direct look at what I am talking about and what this game is. So we've got play through the story with the CPU. Maybe this is story mode. Battle with 2 players. Single player endless mode. Let's go back really quick and just see what original is. Octopus. Maybe this is the arcade. See, it's weird how they worded it because this seems to me like it would be a story or an adventure. But this looks like it's just like your generic, like you just want to play puzzle, one puzzle. We've got endless, battle, and puzzle. I'm going to do battle because I think that's where you have 2 screens, you and another player, unless this is only multiplayer. Which... I didn't know this game was 4-player because I'm pretty sure on the box it says it's 2-player. So now I'm a little confused, but that's actually a good thing. Let's go to puzzle and go to 1 player. Okay, there's a 1 player, and searching for Wiimote plus A. You can choose your difficulty. Wow. Okay, so you can do 2 times for intermediate or advanced, or you can do rookie. So I don't remember how to play that well, so we're just going to choose this. You have different characters. I think you can unlock more because of these ones on the bottom. They could be alternate costumes, but I think they're actually separate characters, as it says character up there. And they're not really, I don't think they really do anything differently, but they could. I don't know. They do give you a different personality and animation, so we are going to choose this guy. Tree guy. I'm getting started to put the needle on the record. Yeah, that's voice acting. That's actually pretty funny. That's usually this place is. Huh. Finished this brand new tune. It's pretty bad, but it's all good. It's just a fun game, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of like watching a little like cartoon show or something. I don't know what this has to do with the. This seems like it's a clip from the story mode. I think it is a clip from story mode. I don't know why they have this in front of your normal gameplay. But yeah, this is kind of like what story mode unfolds like. You'll have these little cutscenes with text and just an image, and it'll just kind of unfold the story, and then you go into a battle. So we're gonna skip that. Well, there's a lot of it. And we're gonna get to the gameplay. Let's see if I can actually remember how to play this. Drop it like it's hot. Oh man, there's a lot of text in this. A good thing you can skip it all. So this is the gameplay screen. You have octopuses, so it's Octomania. You tile them around like that, and you put them in their nets. In addition, you can do something called a chain, where you can when you see those little, it's hard to explain fast, but when you see that little dust cloud after you pop some and you combine them, what you're doing is combining light colors. When you see that dust, you can kind of combine one with that dust that's left over. I don't know if it's dust or what it is, but you can combine it, and it will do a chain and give you more points, and it'll send these little spiky guys on this side of the screen. See, she is the opponent, I am this tree guy, and this is her screen, this is my screen, and I'm talking about the pointer, is what I'm talking about, but yeah, you just kind of like do this. Now, there is a big flaw with this game. I'll show you in a little bit, if I can even get to it. Let's see if I can get down here a little bit. And yeah, it's pretty intense, but I'm not sure exactly how I play. Now, here's the cheat part. If you hold down the A button and you go around and around and around like this, at least at the start of the battles, you can get pretty lucky and go pretty fast. You can actually, I don't know if I can do it here, but you can kind of just hold down the A button and kind of wiggle the Wiimote a little bit in like a circular motion, and you will pretty much win every time. This is pretty much how I did story mode. I think I died like maybe 1 or 2 game overs. I'm not doing too good this time because I didn't start out doing this, but the game goes so fast that it's, at least for single player, you could probably get away with doing this, like, every time. See, I just won. And all I was doing was literally holding down the A button, going like that, like just very slightly, so that way the cursor kind of spins around in a circle motion, and that's how you play the game. I mean, I don't know, it's a big flaw with the game, and I mean, I kind of wish that this game didn't have pointer controls, because then you couldn't cheat. If you're doing it with the game controller sideways, the Wii Remote sideways, like an NES controller, I'm assuming it would be a little more challenging and a little more like the gameplay is intended to be. To me, that seems like it's a flaw when you use the pointer, because you can just go like that. Like, literally, you can just go like that, and you'll win almost every time. And if you start out doing that, it's even easier. So, I won't have all those, like, those little spiky guys on my field, and I won't have any, anything in the way of what I'm trying to do, so I can win pretty fast. And I can even show you that in this next battle. Here's another character. Let's just kind of go back and forth. It's a little different in story mode, because I think when you're story mode, you play as that girl that I was playing against last time, instead of the tree. The tree is not the main character, basically. So let's see if I can do this. Just kind of wiggle it. I mean, you do have to kind of point to where you want these to end up, but if you kind of like just spin it in a circle, you can actually win pretty easily, pretty simply. There we go. There we go. Now, when you see these nets in the game, if this like, it has number 3, you have to get 3 of a light color in that net. 3 of the light color octopuses. So, like, 3 orange, 3 red, and they change per level, so you've got different colors to go for, and stuff like that. And it's a little different when you're doing, you know, they have different modes, like they had Endless, they had the Versus, and they have multiplayer, where it's just like this, but with an actual player. It's a pretty fun game, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a lot of fun, but it's the big flaw, like, ruins the game for me, and it kind of ruined it for me. I want my puzzle games to be a little more challenging. I know I'm not doing it right here, but I'm not really trying right here, but you don't really have to try sometimes, you can just kind of go with it. And it actually gets a little bit easier once you start playing, but it's just really boring in ways. Oh, I won. So look at her field, it's like huge, filled up with stuff. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like I want it to be like a Puyo Pop, I want it to be like a Tetris, I want it to be a challenging puzzle game that I have to play a whole bunch to get good at and kind of work toward to like kind of build up my gameplay skill and kind of get good at a puzzle game. Those are fun. I love Tetris. You may know that from my channel. I played a few Tetris games like Puyo Pop, Puzzle Fighter, Magical Drop. Magical Drop was the game I was mentioning earlier, or couldn't think of earlier. But this game, it doesn't have that challenge because you just, once again, you just hold A and go like that and you'll win. And it's just, I don't know, it's not the game's simple, it's just with this controller, it makes it way too easy. And if they didn't have the pointer controls, I think this game would have been a little more better. And you can't use a classic controller, so that's not really a flaw, but you can hold the Wiimote sideways, so there is the optional mode of control. It's like, I want the game to be without the Wiimote, but I don't want to change it when I have that because I know the Wiimote's there. That's what I mean. So let's go back to the title, and I'll show you a couple other things in this game. If I can get back to it. Oh. Yeah, sometimes in game, if you push... I don't know what button I pushed. I was pushing all the buttons to try to find start. So one of the buttons actually changes it to a remove pointer mode, and I don't know what button that is, so then you gotta... I guess I gotta go back to the options to change it back. I think I just select or score, or plus or minus, I guess is what it is on the Wii. There we go. So yeah, so we got Octomania for the Wii. It's pretty cool, but it's, I don't know, the major flaw is the major flaw for me. It's the only really flaw in the game. I mean, the art style's simplistic. It kind of looks like a Super Nintendo or a PlayStation 1 game. But it does have, you know, pointer controls. Unfortunately, that is the main feature on the Wii, besides Wi-Fi, which is now discontinued. So the main feature is the pointer controls, which is what messes up the game. But aside from that, some other things that it has that are good going for it, that are, you know, that are good, are it's got different modes. It's got arcade. It's got, you know, different modes in there. It's got multiplayer. Apparently, it has 4 players, and it doesn't say that on the box. It also has voice acting. It has the story's all right. It's kind of simplistic. I think it's something to do with something about some kind of weird like Japanese pun on eating octopus or something like that, like takoyaki, which is like, I think it's some kind of fried octopus or something. I don't really know. Never had it. Don't want to have it. But I've heard about it in different places. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't really know. It's a little fun little story, and I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys! In addition, on Octomania, there's some other things you can do to improve your gameplay skill in the game. I know you can do, like I mentioned before, the A button and just hold it down and play. That's the easiest skill to learn, but and I didn't actually know that until about the 3rd level on single player, but there's a whole tutorial, as you just saw, and it goes through exactly how to do all these moves. There is an how to play, there's arcade mode tutorial, original mode tutorial, and there is things like chain explosions, diamonds, specialty colors, character intros. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can learn how to play, and it does show you the controls here. So it's pretty simple. Just, you know, you pointer, A button. You can actually use the D-pad as well to rotate instead of holding it down. Because if you hold down the A button, it also rotates them. So if you want more precise left and right, you can use the control pad. You can pause. The minus button is switch control height. You can also push B to cancel things. So it's pretty simplistic, casual, and at the same time, I wish it was a little less casual. So I know I keep saying that, but it really is a big flaw in the game, and to me, it ruined the game experience. So it's just, I don't know, I don't know, I want to like it. I would like it if it had different controls, but for now, I'm gonna say this game, I don't know, maybe a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, but the controls make it bad. So I don't really know how to place it on a scoring chart. So I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10 for my ranking of how good of a game it is. And that is basically, I already said the pros and cons, but a 10 is like the best games ever, like The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, or something really good like that. 0 would be the worst game ever, like some, I don't know, some broken game that I can't think of right now. But this is somewhere in the middle. It's fun, but it has its flaws. So that's Octomania on the Nintendo Wii. check it out, but just don't expect too much.